welcome to One Brain Ops, and welcome to Episode 1 of the Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn walkthrough. If you are wondering what this is, I made an episode 0 explaining what this is, so go watch that one first. And it's going to the unit profiles. I waited too long. That's okay. Alright. We are finally going to get into playing the first chapter of this game, Part 1 Prologue. So let's go ahead and do that. So, couple things I just want to mention here up top. So, because this is going to be a second playthrough, you actually do have to start from clear data. So, I have a file of clear data saved, and I'm just going to show something. If I go to New Game, it actually takes me to one of these no data slots, and I can't save on top of my clear data. So, what you have to do is actually go to Start Chapter, and then select the clear data. Oh yeah, this comes up because Dolphin, I don't have Path of Radiance on this Dolphin, so it's saying that's corrupted, which is fine. And then as mentioned in Episode 0, I'm going to be playing this on Normal, also known as Japanese Hard. Okay, and there's a cutscene here, so I'm just going to shut up and let it play.
Find anything?
Not yet, sir. No.
Someone's gotta be here. Keep looking.
Sir! We're wasting our time. There's no one here.
I know I heard something.
Hush, Yune. Please, don't cry. If they hear you, you'll give us away.
Who's there?
Is it the Dawn Brigade?
No, it was just a bird.
Ha ha ha! Thought we didn't see you?
Look, silver hair.
If it's the fortune teller, we'll be heroes. Without her, the Dawn Brigade is nothing.
Oh, the General's going to love this.
Find it.
Sir.
Listen up, class. If you don't want to get hurt, don't struggle.
He's not alone!
So,
Got you now.
yeah,
Good job, Micaiah. Let's go.
right. Yune!
Okay, so terrible voice acting aside, I do like that opening cutscene. That's a good one. Soth is a total badass in that cutscene, and I like that. Anyway. Oh yes, slow text speed. I will fix that as soon as I'm able to. So here we see Edward and Micaiah, who are two of our main characters for this first part of the game. Micaiah is going to be a main character throughout the game. And they're talking about Leonardo, who we're going to meet shortly. And just some exposition of how Micaiah's powers work. love the bandit theme. That kid looks really happy despite his village being ransacked by bandits. So, yeah, quick explanation here. So, in Path of Radiance, of course, we played as Crimea and Ike and Alencia, and we were fighting against Dane. In this game, at least at the start of it, we are playing as some Dane citizens, Micaiah and Edward here in this first chapter. And this is the Dane capital, which is being occupied by Begnion, who were Crimea's allies in the last game. So, it's interesting. We're kind of playing as the bad guys to start with. The bad guys from the first game, anyway. More blatant exposition. We happen to be that same Dawn Brigade. My friends and I talk about you all the time. I love that line. Yes, children. Well, Edward's pretty young. And Pugo, our first boss. So I like that, okay, you see in her portrait, she's got the bird Yune on her shoulder, and her battle model, you can even see Yune if you look closely. And now, you see Yune fly away. And you'll notice the next time, well actually you can see right here when I hover over her, Yune's not in Micaiah's portrait anymore. I always thought that was a cool touch. Okay, anyway, so this is the first level. It's very straightforward, as the first level of these games tend to be. So, oh, sorry if you heard that accidentally, just muted the audio there. Okay. So anyway, Pugo is going to be our boss here. We've got 2 units to start with, Micaiah, who is a light mage, and then Edward, a Myrmidon. So the nice thing here is that all of these enemies are axe users, meaning that Edward is going to have weapon triangle advantage over all the enemies on this map. If you're unfamiliar with weapon triangle, it's sword beats axe, axe beats lance, lance beats sword. And there's weapon triangles for magic as well, which we'll get into when it becomes relevant. So, weapon triangle, the main thing is that it gives you increased accuracy if you are on the good end of weapon triangle, and decreased accuracy on the bad end. So, for example, if I just preview Edward fighting this guy, you see he's got a 100 hit rate, and the bandit only has a 51 hit rate. So, that's big. The other thing I'll mention real quick here is that Edward's attack is 13, and the bandit's defense is 3. So you would expect that Edward would be doing 10 per hit, and then the bandit's attack is 10, Edward's defense is 5, so you would expect the bandit to be doing 5. But if I preview this again, you see Edward gets a +1 attack, so he does 11 instead of 10 because of weapon triangle, and the bandit gets -1, so he does 4 instead of 5 due to weapon triangle disadvantage. Okay. So before I actually get into the battle itself, I'm just going to go through my options real quick here. I'm going to set animations to map only. I know a lot of people like the animations. I personally find that they're extremely repetitive and they just slow things way down, so I'm just going to leave that alone on map only. So sorry if you like them. Game speed, I'm going to move up to fast. Message speed max, of course. Give the grid a little bit of thickness, not a whole lot. Terrain and goal, yeah, fine. The unit window... I might play around with this a little bit later, but I definitely like seeing the XP in the unit window, so we're going to have that in there. I don't actually know what all the differences are. I'm going to just set it to 6 for now, and I might change it later. I'm good with a simple combat window. Don't need... Well, that's fine. Map HP display. I don't actually even know what that is. Okay. Transparency, fine. You know what? Let's turn the unit circle on for now. Guide window, fine. Bonus XP, I definitely want this on. The bonus XP display, for some reason, you can only do on a second playthrough or above. You may have noticed early on when I first selected the clear data that this is actually, I believe, the 3rd or 4th playthrough that I've done on this file. I'll check that in the edit, and I don't know. I'll confirm it for myself, but I'm not gonna. I'm way too lazy to actually put it on screen here. Yeah, that's fine. Rumble, yeah, because I'm playing in Dolphin anyway, so none of that matters. Screen position, yep. Auto cursor. Auto and turns, yep. Message sounds, sound output, music, sound effect, yep. Okay, that's all fine. So now I should be good. And yeah, I do like having the unit circle on. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the level. So the plan of attack is really simple here. And on easy mode, they actually do a thing of, Edward goes, Micaiah, you attack them first and weaken them, and then I'll kill them. But that's basically the plan, so... Micaiah goes first. Oh, and this is going to bring up something else interesting. So we get some dialogue the first time Micaiah fights. What an evil bandit. And Micaiah says something in ancient script, which I will translate because I've looked up the translations. She said, "O light, gather, open my path." Bandit obviously does not speak the ancient tongue. But Micaiah does, which gives her a bit of mystery. Okay. So, one attack down, and now Edward. And yeah, he doesn't quite one-shot it, but that's okay. Oh, and he did dodge. Excellent. So he didn't even get damaged. Okay. Okay, and now, second turn, I'm just going to take into account the enemy ranges. Okay, none of them are going to be able to get up and actually attack us, so let's, same plan, Micaiah goes first. Yep. And then Edward second. Whoop. Ooh. Edward's getting very lucky with the dodges. I like that. Okay. So now, third turn, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Edward in this choke point. He doesn't take a lot of damage from these guys. He can withstand 2 attacks. Although... Okay, could he withstand 3? Because he would kill this... What I want to do is I want to have Micaiah attack over the cart here. And then I want to have Edward stand here. But can he withstand 3 attacks? Okay. Their attacks are 10, 10, 10. His defense is 5. Okay, so they would each do 4 because of weapon triangle. So yeah, he'd be okay. He'd only take a max of 12 damage. And... Whoop, this guy can't reach, right? No. Okay, so I can actually safely put Edward here. And then, yeah, rather than going over the cart, I'll get Micaiah just a little bit closer to the boss here as we make our progress. This is going to speed along the level a lot by letting Edward get attacked by all these guys. Hopefully that bandit I just hit will move before the other 2 do so they don't block his path. Good, he did. Okay. So this one should die. Good. Ooh, we got an herb. Great. That's a healing item, by the way. Okay, and you are weakened. And you are weakened. Okay. Now there's somebody. It's Leonardo. And again, I'll point out Micaiah's portrait does not have Yune sitting on her shoulder, which I like. That's a nice detail. And I always like that line too. Okay, so Leonardo is too far away to do anything, so we'll just move him up. And, okay, these guys. So Edward's gotten incredibly lucky. Normally he gets hit by at least one of these bandits. Usually more. So you're having to use healing items or Micaiah's sacrifice ability, which I'll explain a little bit later. But because he's gotten so lucky, what I can do is I'm actually going to go and have Micaiah take out this one. And the reason being, now... Oh, yep, Micaiah gets a line when she kills something the first time. Now, I can actually have Edward go around and attack from over here so that he's in range of these other two bandits. Okay. Edward is doing work in this chapter. He's already leveled up. He's doing great. Up to level 5. Ooh, that was a great level, too. Everything but magic and defense. Okay, now he finally takes a hit. It's alright, Edward. You're still doing very well. And he dodged that one. He's only taken one hit in this chapter. That's crazy. Okay. So now... Oh, I do want to check. Leonardo... Okay, he and Edward are both starting level 4. Edward's leveled up once already. Okay, so this boss... I kind of want to lure him... What's his attack? His attack is 19 and his speed is 10. Okay, so Edward won't get doubled, but he won't double the boss either. Okay, and 19 minus 5 is 14 minus 1. Ooh. Oh, man. Edward would survive with 1 HP if I'm doing my math correctly here. Okay. Okay, you never have it go this well. So, okay, I'm going to just show something here. So, Micaiah has this ability called Sacrifice, which allows you to sacrifice Micaiah's HP to heal one of your other characters. So, if I wanted to sacrifice for Edward here and heal him, I could. Micaiah can't kill herself with Sacrifice, so right now she only has 15 HP, meaning she can heal a maximum of 14 with Sacrifice. But I'm not actually going to sacrifice because Edward... Well, and in fact, I don't even need to use a healing item. If I get lucky, what'll happen is I'm going to put Edward in range of the boss. The boss will hit him and take him down into Wrath range. So Edward has the skill Wrath, which once he's on low HP, makes him have a really high critical percentage. He also already has crit plus 5. So what I'm hoping will happen is Leonardo and Micaiah each take out one of these guys. The boss hits Edward, takes him down to 1 HP, and then Edward crits him with Wrath. So let's see how that goes. So Leonardo, it doesn't matter which one I kill, so we'll do this one. Okay. Micaiah will come around just in case we don't kill the boss. We want everybody close enough to gang up on him. And yeah, normally the strategy is you get Edward healed, you have him lure the boss, and then you have all three of them team up on him. And that's what I'll do if Edward does not critical him to death with Wrath. So we're going to put him in range, and I believe this boss actually will charge us. Some bosses in this game don't move. This one I believe does. Okay, here we go. He moves. Who do you brats think you are, the Dawn Brigade? I mean, yeah, that is actually who we are. Yeah, if Edward does critical here, I won't get to show Micaiah's boss dialogue, but that's fine. Okay, here's Wrath. Oh, no crit, though. Man. Okay, well, and he actually wouldn't have killed the boss anyway. Okay, so now let's see if... Okay, Edward would do 7. So can I weaken him... Oh, he's only got a 90 hit rate. Okay, can I weaken the boss down to where Edward would kill? Leonardo does 6. What does Micaiah do? 9. 6 and 9 is 17. Okay, so yeah, Edward would be able to kill if he hits. Which, he's got to hit a 90, which... And Leonardo's got to hit an 87. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, I should preview as well. I just want to make... Oh, I can't do it with Leonardo, but with Micaiah, okay. He would... Okay, the boss would one-shot Micaiah. He does 17 to Micaiah. Her defense is 2, Leonardo's is 5. And he's got more HP. Okay, so Leonardo would not die to one hit. So Leonardo is safe to leave in range. If he misses this, though, I have to run Micaiah away. Okay, he hit. Alright, so now we're gonna gamble on Edward hitting a 90. We're gonna have Micaiah weaken him. Okay. Ah, so close to leveling up. That's okay. And then, Edward, just hit a 90, please, and don't get yourself killed. He got the crit. He didn't need the crit, but he got the crit. Ah, what just happened? Okay. And again, so close to a level up, but that's okay. So that's part 1 prologue. Pretty easy. And let's just play through the rest of this, and I'll end the video on the save screen. And there's Yune, she's back. And you see now, Micaiah's portrait has Yune on the shoulder again. Okay, I will stop pointing that out now, but it's a cool touch. A witch. They're said to have a witch among them. So Micaiah is a witch, I guess. Right, okay, so they're referring to her sacrifice ability. So Jared is okay with just killing his own men. So, yep, generic evil villain for part 1. And that's the bonus XP for part 1, so very little bonus XP for part 1 prologue. 40 for the clear bonus, and I believe the turn bonus is 10, so we were well within that. Okay, so moving on then to the save screen. So that is the end of part 1 prologue. I will see you guys next time for part 1, chapter 1.